Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Gabby and today I am back with the second part of this massive perfume haul with basically everything that I got in Cannes. We are gonna have here more new releases, but we're gonna have as well some new discoveries. Brands that I've mentioned in the past, I talked about them in the past because they're absolutely fantastic, and I had the occasion to smell the whole collection. Cannes is definitely a bit more relaxed compared to Exans, because at Exans they have like 3, 4, 5 meetings sometimes the same time. When it comes to Cannes, it's basically just you and someone from the brand, and you spend there like 30, 40, sometimes up to 1 hour. So that you definitely have more time, to explore the whole collection and to smell everything properly. So we've got in here, I believe, around 13 fragrances. Again, I actually do have some other new releases and I cannot share them with you yet, okay? So I believe I have another like 3 fragrances that are coming out very soon, but I just told them I'm gonna keep the secret, so this is what I'm gonna do. But as soon as they tell me you can post about them, I'm gonna review them because they're absolutely fantastic. And actually with some we carry them, we carry the brand, but we're gonna carry the fragrances, the new releases on my perfect scent as well. So before we start, if you like this video, obviously don't forget to hit the big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and now let's jump in. Alright, this fragrance I did not smell it in Cannes. I got the parcel right after Cannes, like a week after, and I am in love. When I saw that they're releasing this, I was like, this is not happening. Is this actually happening? Nomade just released an entire new collection. You have 3 new fragrances, and one of them is actually a flanker, and that is Jardins Misfah Extrait. You know very well how much I love the original. The original is my favorite from the house. I've been raving about it for such a long time. I kind of stopped talking about it just because Jardins Misfah was in every single video last year, so I was like, I need to chill out, with this fragrance, because there's so many new releases and there's so many other fragrances. But they released the Extrait, and they released another 2. I do have only samples for them, and actually another one, like one of the new fragrances is I kind of need the full bottle of that one as well. Now I'm actually gonna compare them, because obviously look how beautiful this bottle is. Like the whole presentation, actually, let me show you. I've got in here the box. Like, this is the box. It had another box, and you open it like this, and then you have your fragrance in here. It had, like I said, a whole other box that was opening. It was amazing. The presentation, 10 out of 10, okay? Now, how does it smell like? I have the Extrait version in here. Let me spray the original. If you don't know, the original is basically rose, almonds, cardamom, saffron, and dates. The original is this super airy rose with some sticky sweet dates. That saffron is definitely not spicy, it's more like airy. And then you get a little bit of cardamom as well. I don't particularly get that much almond. I definitely get more like rose dates. But in the same time, like I said, it's quite airy, but the dates are quite sticky. The Extrait version now, the new one, it doesn't have the cardamom or the saffron anymore, but this one has the vanilla and this one has honey, okay? For me, it definitely keeps the original DNA, but it's the darker, sexier sister of the original. You are getting those dates and the rose and the honey. It's literally dates covered in honey with the same type of rose as it is in the original. The original is definitely way more airy, where this one is definitely way more dense, way more sticky, and darker and darker. It has the vanilla. I don't necessarily get like any greenness. For me, the vanilla, it's a bit spicy, but a bit green as well. I'm getting some spiciness, but it's definitely darker, stickier, sweeter, but also a bit more unisex, actually, if you ask me. For me, the original is very, very, very feminine. This one is still feminine, but it's leaning a bit more unisex, even though it has honey. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's literally the fall winter version. Like, this is fall, daytime and nighttime. This one is more like actually like fall, nighttime, and then winter. It's very strong. Now, for me, the original, good performance, good lasting power, but this one, it's even stronger. So if you have the original and you just want like a darker, it's literally an extract. Like, you can definitely tell that it's a flanker. You can definitely tell that they're related, you know, they're from the same family. I don't particularly like when they go, I mean, it depends. Sometimes you have a flanker that is completely different than the original, but you still have some traces, you know, of the original, and you're like, ooh, okay. Sometimes they're completely, I don't like when you have no trace, like nothing at all. Make it different, but have at least just something from the original, you know. But yeah, definitely the darker sister. I love the original. I cannot wait to wear the Extrait. Actually, I'm not going anywhere today, but tomorrow I'm 100% I'm gonna wear this one because I miss the original. I didn't wear it in quite a long time, to be honest, and this one just is dates, sticky dates. Okay, dates covered in honey. That's it. And like I said, this one, it's a beast comparing to the original. The original is still strong, but this one in particular, it's a beast. Next one we have from Reinvented. I only have a travel size, Ethereal Soul. I smell this one in Extrait, in Milan, and then I smelled it again in Cannes. It should be coming out very, very soon. This one, you have some raspberry, some blackcurrant, some cherry, and then in the dry down you have some moss. I believe it has some amber as well. When you first spray it, it's sweet. Okay, when you first spray it, it kind of reminds me slightly of Sacred Bond from the same brand. That one is raspberry and jasmine. This one, the opening feels way more fruity. Okay, but then as soon as it starts to dry down, you're definitely getting that amber. I'm not sure if it has amber, but I'm definitely detecting some amber. And the moss is very earthy in a way. So you have this like sweetness, this fruity, like red fruits, basically, because this is what I'm getting mainly. These red fruits, sweet, almost candied. But then in the base, you have this earthy moss with amber. So even though it's fruity, it's definitely for fall and winter. It's definitely for fall and winter. It gives me a little bit Sacred Bond top, and then what's the name of it? Oh, where do I have it? I have it here. This one, Illusion, in the dry down. So for me, it's not, obviously if you mix them, you're not gonna get the same. But if you like these two fragrances, picture something kind of in between. Way more fruity than this one, and then a bit more ambery, mossy than Illusion. The bottle, it's absolutely beautiful. Like the cap is red. They changed slightly the bottles, but just slightly. But I've seen it. They do have this one. They have another one. That one's a bit more unisex, you know. So they asked me which one I prefer. I told them I much more prefer this one because it's definitely way more feminine. Let's spray it on skin. It's way more feminine. The opening. Oh, it's good. It's good. Again, it has moss, it has amber, so you need to like these two notes, okay? And they're quite prominent in the dry down. But the opening is definitely like bomb, like candied fruits. This is what I'm getting in the opening. Beautiful fragrance. Can't wait to get it, to get like a full bottle. Okay, well, definitely gonna get this one on my perfect scent. But yeah, it's very different. This is what I really like about it. The fact that it's so different. It's not just your typical plain fruity floral. Moving on. I'm not sure if it's the right thing to spray now because this fragrance, remember when I told you that Oud for Greatness from Initio is the strongest fragrance that I have in my collection? Not anymore. I introduced you Lamar Noir. I only have I think it's a 15 ml or a 10 ml. I believe it's a 15 ml. I went to their 10th anniversary party and it had like a beautiful box and everything. It's not released yet. It's going to be extremely soon, okay? And they gave all of us, they gifted us a small bottle of the new release. Oh boy. When, I'm gonna be super honest, when I first sprayed it, it was also 9 in the morning, okay? It was my first meeting. And this fragrance, it's a lot. It's the strongest, yeah, it's the strongest thing I've ever smelled. I personally love it. Now, Lamar is this airy, fresh pineapple fragrance. I believe has some saffron as well. This is not that. This is not that. You are getting some fruitiness. And if you actually smell it, now like it took me 3 or 4 tests to actually smell the original DNA. Like at first I couldn't smell the original DNA at all. Now I'm definitely smelling it. The original DNA just stays somewhere at the very, 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 very top. Because with this fragrance, you have leather, okay? You have geranium, but I hate geranium normally, but for me it smells kind of like a very soft rose. So I'm not smelling the geranium, to be honest. You have leather, you have oud, you have gaiac wood, and then you have caramel as well. It's definitely leaning more masculine, but I would totally wear it. If you like Kajal 4, okay, which that one is like leather and dates, is very leathery, you're definitely gonna like this one. I'm definitely getting now that Lamar DNA, the original. I was not at first because I do not understand. I don't think you understand how potent, how strong, how dark this thing is. It's intoxicating. It's absolutely intoxicating. Again, first time when I smelled it, I was like, this is way too much for me. This is way too much for me. And now, after like 2 weeks, I'm obsessed. Like I am obsessed. I'm definitely getting that fruitiness. I'm definitely getting some caramel, but I'm not really getting that much oud. For me, it's woody. It has a little bit of oud, but for me, the leather is the star of the show. It's like leather, caramel, and some like light, airy fruits on top. It's such a gorgeous scent. Definitely unisex, leaning masculine. Personally, I love it. I would wear it. Yeah, this is winter. This is one spray, you're good to go. That comes from me, guys. You do not understand. This 15 ml bottle is gonna last me a very long time because it's that strong. I'm not sure if they're gonna be, I think it's just gonna be in a standard 100 ml, but still, if you buy that one, it's gonna last you 5 years from now on because it's that strong, it's that potent. Amazing, amazing, amazing new release. This is not for someone that doesn't like dark scents. You need to like your darker sex. It's so sexy. It's so intriguing, but it's a lot. Like, if you want to stand out, if you want to, I don't know, fill up the room, check that one out because it's amazing. Moving on. I went to Goldfield and Bank's party. Paulina took me with her. She introduced me to the brand. I'm super, super happy because, do you remember? I reviewed a sample of this one, Mystic Bliss, the newest release. And I was like, I really want that one, but I do have so many woody fragrances and I don't have one. They gave it to me at the party. So I was like, yes. Because I did really like it. But I was like, do I need another fragrance? Because I don't have the space. I told you I already reviewed this one. I already reviewed the sample, okay? It's fig, and you're definitely getting that greenness, but it's also like a creaminess from the fig. It has some like woody notes. It has some incense as well. I think it has some mint. I'm not particularly getting the mint. I'm getting more like the fig. Leaning more masculine, for sure. The sexy and dark and You'll see that there are lots of fragrances in here as well, and others like I got. They're not in this video, but we're gonna see them in the future. They're very woody. Like, again, my chair is annoying. They're very woody. Like, yes, I do love my sugary sweet fragrances, but I'm really into like sandalwood, gaiac wood, palo santo, things like that at the moment. And incense. You're gonna see lots of fragrance, lots of like incense, and this one has incense as well. Beautiful fragrance. Again, it's very, very, very powerful and dark, leaning more masculine. Another one that I smelled it there was like, holy cow. Holy cow. Why I missed this one? Wood Infusion is a name. That's why I was scared. I was like, nope, I don't want a woody fragrance. What in the world I was thinking? This is beautiful. This is that type of like soft, it says wood. For me, it's not dark at all. You have, I believe it's orange or mandarin orange. It's definitely something like light and bright and fresh with lavender. And then you have, I believe it has Palo Santo. I think it has some oud as well. I think it has some gaiac wood as well. Not really getting the oud, but I'm getting it's that type of like airy lavender, some bit aromatic, but then the base is woody, but it's very creamy. It's very, not creamy, it's very smooth. Very, very, very smooth. It definitely has Palo Santo. It must have Palo Santo because I can smell it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. This can be like layered with anything else, or if you just want, it's again unisex. If you ask me, it's unisex. Let's spray here. It's just very almost calming and relaxing, and it doesn't have that the same as, I don't know, like a sandalwood fragrance, you know, that I love. For example, Piano Santal, that one is very, from L'Orchestre Parfum, that one is very creamy sandalwood, almost like a second skin. This one, it feels a bit like a second skin, but it's definitely like a bit dark, a bit more woody, you know. But I love that lavender. I love the lavender. You need to try it. You need to try it. Don't be scared of the name like I was. Because it's good. It's actually really, really good. And the ginger one, I smell the ginger one as well. Really, 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 really like that one as well. I didn't like everything. Like, I didn't like everything. Some of them were a bit too dark for me, or a bit too fresh for me, you know. But those two in particular, and the ginger one, besides the other that I already have, that I already bought in the past, were my favorite ones. Yeah. Moving on. I already mentioned this one in my previous video. I'm going to mention it again very briefly. This one is from Alfred Ritchy. It's not a new release, but this one is Dacha. This is your fruity fragrance. It has peach, it has some fruity notes. It's very airy in the same time. It's going to give you a bit of like Kirke from Tiziana Terenzi, but without that musk. It's just like airier and a bit more feminine, if you ask me, a bit more elegant. Yeah, it's a more elegant version of that, a more sophisticated version. It's kind of their own take. I feel like every single brand has their own take on that fragrance, like Erba Pura from Sospiro, Erba Pura Magica from Sospiro, Erba Pura from Zerzhov, Kirke from Tiziana Terenzi. There's so many that have that similar DNA. It has a similar DNA. This one just feels a bit more feminine, a bit more rounded, and doesn't have that scratch mask that I know that many people don't like, especially in the Sospiro, not the Sospiro, the Zerzhov one. Zerzhov, all the time I'm mixing them up. Erba Pura, just the original. Yeah, it's the area lighter, more feminine, more rounded version. So if you're looking for, you like that DNA but it's a bit too much for you, check this one out because it's beautiful. Moving on, another one that I already kind of reviewed, it's Balade from Lark. This one, it's stunning. You're getting rose, you're getting tiari flower, you're getting, I already reviewed it in my previous video. Oh, it's so sweet and so feminine and so sophisticated, and it can be worn all year round. You can wear it like summer evenings, you can wear it in the fall as well during the daytime. It's so strong and so sweet, but floral sweet. It's a bit powdery as well. I love it. I already spoke about this one, okay? But the next one that I didn't speak about It's Aventure from Lark. Aventure, it's a beautiful, beautiful jasmine fragrance. Again, this one is more spring summer. I know. You're gonna see me talking about it a lot, spring and summer. Don't worry. But this one is, it can be just jasmine. I think it has some ylang ylang as well. Maybe something fruity. Maybe. I'm not really sure. But this is what I'm getting. This tropical jasmine. Like, this is vacation. This is for holiday. This is not for this weather. This is not for this weather. Balade, you can definitely wear it now. This one, you need the heat. You need the sun. Like, this is like city break holiday, like summer holiday. Very, very, again, feminine, elegant. You know that I love my white flowers, and this one definitely has jasmine. It's a very solar almost. I know it's beautiful, but again, it's not the time for it now. I can wear this one. I can wear Calda. That one is all year round for sure. I've been loving Calda. I took it with me. I mean, not the whole bottle, but I took my decant with me to Cannes, and I loved it. But yeah, Lark, it's a brand that you should not sleep on it, okay? Moving on. I don't have that many. I have 5 left. From the House of Wood, actually, I don't have the newest release, Dear Karma. I smelled it. It's an incense fragrance. I really liked it as well. They didn't have a bottle, but they gave me those two. This one, I'm gonna start with Just Before. This one is Just Before. Look at that bottle. Let me tell you a short story. Probably like 3 years ago, I only had 1 egg from the House of Wood, and we were in Harvey Nichols, and I smelled this one, and I was like, I want it. And my boyfriend was like at that point, I only had a few niche fragrances. He was like, just test it more. Just, like right now you want every single niche that's on the market. You want every single thing that's popular on YouTube. Just test it more. I didn't have a sample. It was quite hard to find samples. I had basically to go back to town and smell it again. So I forgot about it. When they gave me the box, I saw that it said Just Before. I was like, it's the fragrance that I wanted to buy 3 years ago. But he stopped me. But now I have it. I love it. But you need to like ambery perfumes, okay? This one is amber. This one has benzoin. This one is very like resins, benzoin, that type. I'm not sure what else it's in here, but it's definitely very, very, very ambery benzoin. A bit woody as well, just a tiny bit. Very warm, very fall and winter. It's very warm. A sweetness, it definitely has some vanilla. It must have some vanilla. But it's like an ambery vanilla with some benzoin. It might have other notes as well, but this is what I'm getting. It's like beautiful, dark, amber vanilla with benzoin. Very warm, very balsamic almost. Yeah, I love it. It's not for everyone because it's a very particular, fragrance. Like, you need to be into your amber benzoin fragrances. If you are, I'm sure you're gonna love that one. And the other one that Paulina was like, get that one. Empathy. All the time I'm about to mispronounce the name. I have no idea why. Empathy. I never smelled it. Okay? I know that it was popular a few years ago. I do not remember smelling it at all. Again, just the bottles. I love them. This one, it's a raspberry. Almost like a raspberry candy, a raspberry ice cream in the opening, and then the dry down you have tobacco. It has other notes. This is what I'm getting. I'm getting this super sweet, almost like, I don't know, ice cream raspberry. And then slowly you're getting into the tobacco. Very different. It starts very feminine, and then boom, it goes unisex, almost a bit masculine. Such a different fragrance. Try it. try it, because again, the dry down is very different. I personally really like the dry down as well. The opening is delicious, but you need to try to see if you like that tobacco in the dry down. But if you like it, you're gonna have a gourmand for like 20 minutes, and then slowly you're gonna have a dark sexy scent for the rest of the day, you know. I already wore it, I got compliments, I know that it smells good, I know that other people love it. But yeah, it's like the opening smells like the bottle. The dry down is literally getting dark and dark and dark. And this is actually rose gold. I just realized it's not gold. How beautiful is that? I love it. I love the bottles. Moving on, we do have Thoo from Sasva. Actually, he's having there's gonna be a new release very soon. I do have a small vial. I don't know the name, I don't know anything else. I just know some of the notes. I love it. That one is gonna be a major hit, I'm telling you. But for now, let's talk about the ones that we have. I already reviewed for you a few from Sasva because we do carry the brand on my perfect scent, and we don't have these two though. So maybe in the future. But I smelled Garden of Youth. I don't know how I missed these ones, like how I didn't smell them before. I got samples before we actually got the brand on the website. I don't think I got a sample for those two. I personally love this one, but it's absolutely impossible for me to describe it for you. I'm really sorry. It's genuinely impossible for me to describe it for you. Because you have Champaka, you have Ilang Ilang, but then you have in the dry down, you definitely have some amber. It's a very, maybe some incense almost, I don't know. Some pepper, it's a bit peppery. I don't think it's incense, I think it's pepper. Probably like pink pepper. It's impossible. It's very fragrance. It's very niche. It's very fragrance. I never smelled anything like this. Very unisex. It starts floral, but not sweet floral. And then I don't know how to explain it. It's frustrating, I know, because I'm supposed to review them for you, but it's impossible because it has so many notes and it's so well blended. It's almost a bit earthy as well, but I love it. Like I smelled it, I was like, this is probably the most unique thing that I've smelled in a very long time. In the air, it's definitely more floral. It's a bit sweeter in the air than on paper. It's airy as well. I don't know. I generally don't know. It's a fragrance that you should just, I don't know, look at the notes because you can smell every single note that's in there basically. And maybe try to find a sample or try a place where you can smell it because it's so different. The other one, I can explain it a bit better. Okay? This one is Reverie de la Rose. Reverie de la Rose, it's obviously a rose fragrance. It starts a bit like, more like a powdery rose in the beginning. But it's not overly sweet. It's not, I think it has some oud as well, but it's definitely not your typical rose oud combination because this one, I can definitely smell some cardamom. I can definitely smell the cardamom. Maybe some saffron as well, maybe because it's quite airy. So this one, it's almost like a cold powdery rose with lots of cardamom. I do like the opening, but absolutely love the dry down. It must have cardamom because in the dry down for me it's rose and cardamom and I love it. I freaking love it. And it's not as powdery as it is in the opening. It must have some cardamom. This one, like I said, fall winter. And it's strong. It's so strong. All of them, actually Shanti, you know, like my favorite one from the brand. It's quite like aquatic mango and you think that it's not strong, but that one projects like crazy, but it's not heavy on the skin. This one doesn't feel heavy on the skin either. That's why I feel like it might have some saffron because it has something airy, but it does project like crazy. It's so sexy, but without being sweet. Honestly, there's so many here that are not actually they're not sweet. And I actually really enjoy them. Like, I feel like, you know, I can smell again other things, not just sugary sweet. I still love my sugary sweet, okay? I still do. But I do really like this one. Like, it's very mature but not old. Like, don't think old. It just gives you mature vibes. It gives you confidence vibes. It gives you, yeah, check it out. Check this one out. And the last one, which is definitely very sexy, but you need to like floral perfumes. Opera Grande from Sospiro. I had my eyes on this one for the longest time. And I got a bottle. Now, it's not a new release. I smell the new releases. Be ready. Be ready, okay? Especially one in particular. It's fruity and it's delicious. This one, it's a sexy, spicy floral fragrance. It has rose. I don't think it has any jasmine. For some reason, I'm getting some sambac jasmine. It has some nutmeg as well. It's definitely a more mature, again, not as in old, but it's definitely, I personally love it. I love it. It's almost like a carnal flower. Like, it's very like, you know. I'm getting sambac jasmine. I do not understand how. I think it has some ylang ylang as well. It might be that. Because I'm getting the rose in the background. It's another flower in here. I think it's ylang ylang. I think so. But it's very much fall and winter. It's very much dark and sexy. And yeah, just, I don't know, businesswoman going on a date, something like that. That's the vibe that I'm getting with this one. And you definitely need to like heavy floral fragrances, because this one is definitely heavy and is definitely floral as well. So the last fragrance that we have in here is Opera Grande from Sospiro. And that was it for today, guys. That was it. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to review even more new releases, because I do have some Middle Eastern ones. I do have some body mist. I got some samples as well. Let me know if you tested any of these, if you like them, if you don't, and all of that. And yeah, that was for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, obviously don't forget to give a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and like always, I'm gonna see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.